Hey, Admirals fans, Weston DeWitt here from Norfolk Scope. Delighted today to be joined by one of the two new assistant coaches for the Norfolk Admirals. He lives in Colorado for most parts of his year. Sarnia, Ontario is where he calls home and spent some time with the Colorado Eagles as a player and has transitioned into the coaching game. He is Steve Haddon, one of the two new assistant coaches for the Norfolk Admirals. Steve, how's the summer? And welcome to the Norfolk Admirals.
Oh, thanks, Weston. Yeah, it's going by pretty quick. I can't believe we're already at the end of July here. That means hockey season's about to arrive here, so that's exciting as well. But no, things have been good. I'm just excited to get going here with Norfolk, and everyone's been really great in welcoming us to the organization.
So tell the fans a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you got into coaching after your playing career with the Colorado Eagles.
Yeah, for me, I grew up from Sarnia, Ontario. Grew up in a border town, so you've got Michigan and Ontario there. So kind of grew up in a nice hockey hotbed growing up. Didn't realize how lucky I was. So I got to play with and be coached by some really good hockey people in my upbringing and in my education there. Spent 5 years of junior A hockey, which is maybe guys play 2 or 3. I played 5, which is a lot. Played 1 year at college, University of Manitoba, and then I played almost 9 years professionally for the Colorado Eagles here. At the kind of my 30s, they say you're old, but you're not. Kind of an opportunity to coach, or am I going to play 1 or 2 years to kind of have that decision with my family, and you can coach a lot longer than you can play as you start hitting in the 30s and 30 plus. So for me, I thought it was a good opportunity for me to get into that. I also, coaching's if you can't play, the next best thing is coaching, people say, right? So I thought for sure that'd be something easy transition in that sense, just being a player. And so I got that opportunity, and for me that was a big eye opener, and just how I wanted to be my own coach. I had so many different types of good influences. So for me, just trying to make sure I was doing the best for my players and working on my craft every day.
Well, it certainly sounds like you have handled your craft very well. Working with the Colorado Grit of the North American Hockey League is where you spent your last few seasons, and you began your coaching career back in 2013. So how was that transition from player to coach for you? Let's go into detail about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think for me, when you're a player, you feel like you can make an impact in a game, whether it's a big hit or a block shot or score a big goal or that kind of. So as a player, I felt like I had more control. I think my first year behind the bench, you don't realize as a coach how you don't have control. The players are going to play and make mistakes, and our job is to prepare them as best as we can. But once the puck drops, you can only make so many decisions. You have to let the players play. So that was probably that. I don't want to say that control factor, but realizing, man, like if a guy doesn't show up tonight, you might not be winning that game. So I felt like that was something I had to learn, that patience from the player to the coaching side, because I thought I could still play too as well. So I had to kind of turn that and make sure I was helping from the 25th guy to the first guy on the roster and getting the best out of those guys. So really good, cutting your teeth, getting right into the deep end. For me, and then just like as a player, just trying to work every year and becoming the best coach you can be, and helping your players and making sure you're doing everything you can to give them a chance to win and help those guys also move on to the next level.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like you have taken a lot of good lessons from your coaching career early on. And I wanted to ask you, what was your biggest thing that you would say? You mentioned the patience and just those factors that come along with going from player to coach. What's the biggest thing that you've learned about yourself in that process that you believe would be beneficial in transitioning to the ECHL?
Yeah, I feel, especially with, in junior hockey that I've been here in the last 13 years coaching, that you're getting guys from different backgrounds, different countries, different types of players, different types of personalities. So that's actually no different than college or pro, just for being a player myself. So I think one thing that I can really take and bring, to the pro level is that communication and understanding that not everybody, is the same, and finding ways to get the best out of guys. And learning that and having 13 years of experience of coaching all different types of people and players and personalities, that's really helped me to get on the ground, understand it's a partnership, and get the best out of the guys moving forward. So for me, I think that's going to be something that I can relate. I also played, almost 500 games in pro. So I've been there in the dog days when you're playing on a 2-week road trip or 3-3, and so I can feel for them on that side too as well, and also be someone to listen to as they go through the process, because it's a long season. It's a marathon, as we all say. And it's a grind, but you just got to take it day by day. So I think for me, having those kind of skill sets with guys and in my time is going to help me get the best out of the guys here this year.
Yeah, marathon indeed. We're talking to Steve Haddon, one of the two new assistant coaches for the Norfolk Admirals going into the 2025-26 season. What were some of the conversations like with Jeff Carr when you were going through the interview process? Are there some things that you're willing to share with the fans about that process when you were talking to Coach Carr?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I actually met Jeff. I coached against him 13 years ago. My first year coaching in junior. I don't know if that was his first or second year, but we crossed paths my first year coaching. Actually, we're in the same league, so I got to coach against him, get to know him for a couple years, a long time ago. And we kind of stayed in touch a little bit through his process and his career. I've followed him, and so for that, that aspect of it, we kind of know each other that way. We've coached against each other so that was, kind of sparked a conversation. But no, Jeff and I had, probably 4 or 5 phone calls, and then 3 or 4 Zoom, FaceTime calls as well, about a week process. And it was really organic, just on what, he wanted to, accomplish this season, what you guys have done in Norfolk so far. And so for my aspect of it, it was just really exciting for me, to hear, where the organization is trending in and what the expectations are this year. So there's a lot of excitement there. And like I said, it was a natural week process. And honestly, it just felt like the right fit from my side and my family's side.
What is it that you want to gain out of this experience as an assistant coach for the Norfolk Admirals, besides the obvious of winning a Kelly Cup?
Yeah, of course. I think, everyone's every year you're trying to win a cup whatever league or team you're in. And I think obviously that's the end goal. But it is a process, as everybody says. It's a long season. But for my personal side of it, I think, I've only been a head coach and a GM, running my own organization at the junior level. So for me, this is something that is going to help me work on my craft, just like players. Every summer off season, they've got to get better and work. And I think for me to grow as a coach, this was a good transition to get back to the pro game that I played and, take some of that and learn, in a role that I've never been in an assistant. So excited for that new challenge and growing as a coach. And I think that's what I like to take away to continue on to, like I've said multiple times, work on my craft and get better, but put that in my toolbox as a coach.
I'm sure based off the conversations with Coach Carr and the research that you've done on your own, that this is a team that is, as you mentioned, on a very high momentum drive right now, a team that has made the divisional finals the last 2 years in a row and is looking for more this season. And this is a fan base that is starving for more than just 2 rounds of playoff hockey. So last question for you would be what would your message be to the Admirals fans, and what can they expect from you as coach once we get the ball rolling here in October?
Yeah, well, I'm not coming all the way to Norfolk to not win a cup. So there's number one. It's a 27-hour drive, I was telling you, politely, but no, we're obviously coming there to help win a cup. What the team's done with Patrick and Jeff and the whole organization, the staff, just where everything's trending, and it's a big year this year. So that excitement and that challenge coming up for Admiral fans, I would say this: I'm going to be relentless and give you everything I have to help this team, capture that Kelly Cup. And I'm looking forward to that challenge, and I can't wait to get going.
Well, I'm going to go run through a brick wall now. This was an awesome time talking with the one and only Steve Haddon, one of the 2 assistant coaches with the Norfolk Admirals. Steve, you mentioned you were getting some time with your kids here before they get back to school. Enjoy those final few weeks before you make the move here to Norfolk, and we will see you in September, okay?
Thank you so much, Wes, and we'll talk to you soon.